What's up, Pokemon fans? Steven here, PlaySkape Games, and we're going to go and get some legendary Pokemon on Pokemon GO. It's very exciting. The Antics have said they've been released, so on our way to go and see Articuno. Let's go and get him.
There was battling the legendary Articuno. I had to rush straight into the raid, so I couldn't. So I had to start recording quite quickly. As you can see, these raid bosses are absolutely massive. Articuno is like double the size of like the equivalent of like a Tyranitar or one of those other guys, and you can see this legendary raid boss has got 37,603 CP, which is absolutely insane amounts of CP. And yeah, there was about 10 to 15 of us outside the All Souls Church in Eastbourne in England, and we just bunched up and started the raid. And as you can see, I brought my my cloister to the Battle and Ice boss, so I didn't even have that much chance to prepare my team very quickly, so I jumped straight into the battle, and here we go. As you can see, Articuno is absolutely wrecking my team. I've got some information from the awesome people at Pokémon GO Hub that the best counters for Articuno in this order are Onstar, Flareon, Arcanine, Typhlosion, Blissey, Tyranitar and Sizor. So we want to be able to take down the Articuno yourself and get your first legendaries, and these are some good counters for it. I thought that Golem would be a good counter, but I got him confused with Zapdos. Golem absolutely wrecks Zapdos, but Articuno being the Ice type just pretty much absolutely obliterates my poor Golem here. And it's at this point it's my Blissey's turn. So yeah, legendaries have just been released onto the world. There was some issues with the large-scale Pokemon GO event in Chicago, and they were supposed to be having them there, but they didn't get a chance to. But Niantic just released the legendaries into the world straight away. So here they are, and here I am battling on for another Blissey. My Blissey's an absolute beast. I mean, you can see the amount of attacks that it's sort of salvaging there. I didn't do very well dodging that icy wind attack, but due to the amount of people, we look to be absolutely destroying this Articuno. I wouldn't recommend, unless you've got a bunch of players over level 35, I would say, I wouldn't recommend doing it with less than 7 people, with less than 10 people, these raid bosses, because as you can see, compared to the normal 4-star raid bosses, this Articuno is absolutely hench. We had lots of time left, but there was a lot of us, and there was a couple of high-level players. I'm only 31 myself, so and as you see here, I was quite lucky that I didn't realise at first, but when all your Pokemon faint in a legendary raid, you can quickly send them back in, which is awesome. So just quickly press the button and jump straight back in with my Arcanine. And as you can see here, this fire attacks is according to that chart, he's the 3rd strongest, and I think my Arcanine had Fire Fang and Fire Blast as well, so thankfully we were able to quickly kill him off, and there we go, we defeated the legendary Articuno, and we get a chance to capture it now. It's a bit of a shame because Team Mystic did the best in sort of the worldwide capturing thingy. Articuno was the first of the legendary birds to be unleashed. Which is a bit of a shame, because being Team Valor would have loved to have caught Moltres first, but Articuno is still pretty strong. And here it is, exactly like the other legendary raids. You can use whatever berries or whatever you want to try and catch it. And here I decided to use my golden raspberries to try and capture the Articuno. So just taking a cheeky screenshot from my Facebook page, and yeah, as you can see, the Articuno, it moves up and down a lot, so you have to be really careful when you time your balls. So I do some spins, and absolutely spot on shot right at the start there. I was so happy with how that went, and I was a big surprise that it just bounced out at the same time. Like with Tyranitar, Articuno's got an extremely high escape rate, so pushing all the raids, and that one, it's just like, damn you Articuno, why'd you fly away? Typical Mystic. Yeah, so we go for another curve spin, and whoop, again it flew away, and I was like, no Articuno, why can you do this to me? That quick one, whoosh, and yeah, so we got pretty awesome, and if we thought that was another good throw, our last golden raspberry. Still had 5 Pokeballs left though, so we weren't sweating it too much just yet. 3, 2, 1. Oh, thankfully it just attacked at the moment. The best time is to try and time it just after it attacks. Especially the Lugia later on in this video, you see it tries to jump out of the Pokeball quite a lot. And there we go, guys, we caught the legendary Articuno. Absolutely thrilled with that. And so you can see lots of XP added to the Pokedex entry. Absolutely awesome. You can see it's an absolute beast. And it's got Frost Breath and Blizzard, 2 awesome moves. And then we heard about a Lugia, so then off we went to try and catch Lugia.
Alright guys, we're here at the Lugia Legendary Raids, just waiting for more people to turn up. There's a few people here at the moment. Yeah, fingers crossed they turn up. We'll start soon. Battle at Lugia. Some good counters for Lugia. There's quite a few of them. Golem, Jolteon. See how they get on. Cool, gotta catch them all.
So here we are, guys, at the Lugia raid. Just thought I'd show you the full thing as we had a bit more time before this one starts. You can see he's just there chilling on top of the Alexandra Arms hub in little seaside town of Eastbourne, where I live. As you can see, he's an absolute beast. So we use a normal raid pass to join the battle, which people thought you might need a legendary raid pass. It's absolutely awesome, just a normal raid pass to join the battle, which you get one of every day, or you can buy more from the shop. And here, I'm just showing you how it all works. I mean, most of you probably would have done the raids before. As before, you have anywhere between like minute 30, a little bit of time once the first person joins the raid to select your best team to take on the legendary Pokemon. I had a little bit more time here, but not as much time as I would have liked. I managed to select most of the best counters for Lugia. So as it says on Pokemon GO Hub, the best counters for Lugia in this order are Tyranitar, Golem, Jolteon, Magneton, Jinx, and Gengar. Lugia itself is a psychic flying type, so there's quite a few things that it's weak to. It has weaknesses to dark, rock, ice, ghost, and electric. But as you can see, once the battle starts, just like with the Articuno, Lugia itself is pretty beastly. Here I've got my Golem and my Tyranitar and my Magneton, which I was really pleased about. I didn't think about Gengar at the time, because I actually got a 100% perfect IV Gengar. That would have been quite useful instead of the Rhydon. The Rhydon just died super quickly to the attacks. But yeah, so here we go. Let's go in and let's battle Lugia. You can see, just like with the Articuno, it's absolutely massive. Look at that thing. And there's, at this stage, there's 13 odd people and climbed up to 16, 17 people in the raid. You see all the Pokemon there just attacking. There's a Jolteon, there's a Magmar, Tyranitar, standing next to the Blissey again. So you can see Lugia is absolutely massive. So I use my Psychic attack on Lugia, but unfortunately it's not very effective. My Blissey's main attack, its second attack is Psychic. You can see here the Lugia itself is using Hydro Pump against me, which is not out of the ordinary, but it's in the games and stuff, and sort of in the anime, and sort of the second Pokemon movie, you see it swimming around a lot, so it's not a massive surprise that it can use Hydro Pump. But yeah, as you can see, this one's been also, just like the Articuno, this one's been defeated quite quickly. My Blissey's actually lasted a lot longer than I was expecting. I mean, if you can get multiple Blissey's, make sure you do, guys, because they may not do that much damage compared to other Pokemon, but they can absolutely wreck it when it comes to just like tanking and staying in a battle for a long amount of time. It's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so if you're wondering like when other legendaries are going to be released, they haven't really said for certain, but we got Articuno because the Team Mystic did the best at the sort of in the global challenges and stuff. They haven't said when the other two team birds, Zapdos and Moltres, are going to be made available, but I can't imagine it would be very long. They might do one every weekend, which kind of makes sense, and they might rotate them. No idea about the Ho-Oh or the sort of other legendaries, or Mewtwo or Mew. They might be tied into other specific things. Possibly Ho-Oh might be sort of released in the game at the same time as the Burning Shadows Pokemon TCG sort of expansion comes out on around the 4th of August. Possibly it might come out at the same time as the English version of the Pokemon 20th anniversary movie, which prominently features Ho-Oh and sort of the story of the original story of Ash meeting Pikachu and sort of him meeting Ho-Oh, and possibly also it might tie in with Burning Shadows, the trading card game expansion, because there's also Marshadow and Ho-Oh in the set itself, so who knows. Hopefully, I think Mewtwo will probably be the other one that people will be most desperate to see. It's like one of the most iconic legendaries, and it's like the main sort of boss, kind of the end goal at the end of the Pokemon games. So, as you can see here, I thought I would be able to make it to the end, but it was a bit laggy, so I wasn't able to dodge as much of the special attacks as I would have liked. And thankfully, I'm able to just quickly rejoin the battle just before he dies, so I can sort of still see him, pass out and stuff. I just in awe of how big this Lugia is. Because don't get me wrong, Dragonite is quite big, and Gyarados is quite big, but Lugia is something else. As you can see there, guys, we wrecked the Lugia, and got a few extra goodies with Charge TM, Revive, lots of experience points, and unfortunately the Team Instinct were the sort of biggest contributors there, as a lot of the Team Valor players are up in Chester for the Pokemon GO Chester event. So yeah, unfortunately we haven't got any golden raspberries. We used it all on the Articuno, so unfortunately we were just reliant on our regular berries, and we were hoping for yeah, that was a complete fail. Because the hitbox looked so big, I presumed it was closer to the screen, but it was just as far away as a normal Pokemon. But just because of the size of it just has a massive hitbox. I thought at this point we got it with 2 ticks, and I broke out right at the end. I was so annoyed. And the CP is quite amusing as well, because it's 1997. That's it's either like the first year like the games were out in Japan, or very around the same time, 1997, when Pokemon Red and Blue came out. So it's quite amusing right at the start. Yeah, Pokemon Blue and Green, Red and Green. Yeah, original game of Pokemon Red and Green. Completely having a mind spasm there. So yeah, as you can see, we had a few fails there with the Pokeballs, and we resorted at that point just to go for a nice, just to make sure it didn't attack us again. But yeah, it's pretty gutted it ran away, but still an awesome thing to battle, and hopefully we'll get it next time.
There guys, as you can see, the Lugia escaped our grasp, but lots of these guys at the back here got lots of these guys at the back got their Lugia. So yeah, good to them. We'll get him next time. Cheers guys, thanks for watching PlaySkape Games. Remember to hit that subscribe button. See you soon.